Now, are there some foods that instantly transport you back to a time in your life or remind you of a precious memory or a particular person? A new production in Sydney is exploring the emotive power of food.
It's called Double Delicious, and it's bringing together 5 cooks and storytellers who'll be sharing the secrets behind the dishes that have been significant in their lives. TV chef and kimchi master Heather Jong is one of those storyteller/chefs, and she joins us now. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thank you for
Kimchi
having
master,
me.
what a great
Kimchi master,
title.
and you've brought some of your kimchi, which we are thrilled about. But first of all, why did you choose kimchi to present to this production, and what's the story behind it?
Well, I only met my father when I was 9 years old. But kimchi, I knew before even I was born because I was in my mother's womb. So for me, for most Koreans, if I had to tell my double story through Double Delicious, it had to be kimchi.
Yeah.
What is the basis of the production? Tell us what an audience will see.
Yes, it's storytelling at its finest. We have 5 stellar storytellers telling their personal stories, and the audience gets to taste each dish after each story. So it's called Double Delicious, and it's an audience laugh and cry and eat with us.
Some people have been sending us their food memories this morning. People talk about roast pork, lemon meringue pie, some of the awful things like tripe as well. Not my words, that's theirs. What are some of the foods featured in the show?
For my dish is the kimchi and a dish called 부대찌개, which uses kimchi and spam and baked beans and
I love
French
spam.
fries.
Yeah,
by the way.
Jeremy's
There's no
been
shame
saying-
in spam whatsoever.
Spam fan.
Yeah.
One of the things we were speaking about earlier is that it's often the case that some older recipes don't have that many details about specific measurements or directions because there's this tradition of passing on that knowledge and teaching, spending time to teach people different recipes that are precious to a family. Has that been the case for you?
Definitely. You have to be middle-aged by the time you can make good kimchi.
Okay.
And I think I've kind of passed that point. So I think I can make pretty good kimchi.
What goes into a good kimchi? Because it's the sort of thing that scares a lot of people off because it looks very hot and complex to make.
It can be both, but for most parts it's mild and it's well fermented, like me, as I would feature in Double Delicious.
Same.
Yeah, our show that's touring all over Australia. So it's well fermented and it's very good for you, like me.
Can I be cheeky? Can I ask to try some?
Yeah,
Of course,
Love to try some. Now tell us what we're going to be tasting here. You made this, I presume?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can tell by tasting kimchi where the person's from.
Wow.
So
Why is that? There's different recipes,
yes.
obviously.
Do you know where this is from?
No idea.
Pimble, Australia.
Very good.
yes, very good. And there are all different flavours for kimchi. Does it have to be spicy? Because it often is.
It can be, but it doesn't have to be. And it can be made from any vegetable, a few hundred varieties.
Yep.
I feel like we're distracting you from
We are,
serving
yeah.
up the kimchi.
Please.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, so our cast members, Benjamin Law and Jennifer Wong and Valerie Berry and Raghav Handa, we've all been having this before and after the show. So let me baptise you.
And yes,
Yeah.
could you tell us the process as well as you do that of how you make kimchi? How do you...
It's salted cabbage,
Yeah.
and then you put like chili and garlic. So it's like pickle on steroids, and all Koreans live to be 100.
Okay,
And
So-
you
there
can
you go.
kind of ferment it for a short time or for a long time.
Ferment it for a couple of days, and then ferment for many years.
Yes.
So if you come and see Double Delicious, the audience can live to be 100 by just eating this kimchi.
There's a promise.
There's the secret to long life.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
how are we doing this?
I think we're just using
I think,
hands,
yeah,
right? This
that
is
would
like,
be
we'll just
wonderful.
pretend it's all pre-COVID and everybody's fine.
yes, so
Okay,
Oh,
brilliant.
fabulous. You brought chopsticks.
Thank
I brought
you.
chopsticks.
Amazing. Thank you very
Okay,
much. I'm going to take
thank
that
you.
from you.
Yes.
I'm going to pass this to you, Joe.
Yes,
Amazing.
okay. Oh dear.
Amazing. Thank you very much. I've never done this on television before.
The flavour's
That was
instant.
delightful.
Yes.
It is a little
That
bit
was really
spicy,
good.
but not too.
Yeah, yeah.
A bit vinegary
Very
almost,
strong.
isn't it?
Yes,
Very
it's
strong.
there's no added vinegar, but it's sour. So
It's beautiful. It's really delicious, and
Yeah.
you can obviously eat it by itself. It's just delicious by itself, but you can tell that it's something that usually is eaten with other things.
yes,
as
like
well.
it's great with rice, and there's so much history. There's love and war and hate, and
Yes.
K-pop and K-drama. This is energy food
It's
for all things Korean. And Annette Chanwo, our producer and the creator of Double Delicious, she said, "Why? Great kimchi, and
Yeah.
it's so theatrical." the
Yes.
It is. But just finally, if someone wants to try kimchi and is a bit afraid to, you know, how to approach it and not making it home, if you go to the shops, what do you look for?
You look for a color. A good red, vibrant color is great.
And does that mean it's chili hot, like it's too spicy?
It's never that spicy because we use the long red chili rather than the bird's eye chili.
Yep.
And leave it, when you bring it home, leave it at room temperature
Okay.
to ferment even more.
And Heather, who taught you how to make kimchi?
My grandmother.
Okay, yes,
So-
and passed on. And have you been teaching a lot of people and passing on that knowledge as well?
Yes, so many times.
got a number of
all over-
students.
yes, all over Australia, and more through Double Delicious. I make kimchi on stage.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's the birth of the kimchi
Yeah.
and the death of kimchi. So it's a very theatrical show.
Do you make it with a recipe now, or do you kind of just do it by sight and kind of just by feel?
In the show, I make it blindfolded.
Hey,
Yes.
that's how well you know it. Brilliant. We've been asking a lot of people to share the memories of their foods that bring up memories of people and experiences that they've had. And I think one of the key things is that it's not just about the food, but it's about the person or the event that it reminds you of. And this one was a particularly beautiful one from Norlinda. My mum's birthday noodle soup. She would make those long noodles in chicken soup on our birthdays for longevity and good health, much like kimchi. And she says, I miss my mum. And I think that was a beautiful one because that is something that people leave as their legacy, those memories and those foods that can be passed on. Is that something that you feel as well?
Yes, it's definitely as a tribute. It's a language of love and,
Yes.
and family history. So, and it's unspoken, but it invokes all the senses.
Yeah.
So I think it's my language of love.
Yes.
Just very quickly, tell us about where the show is going.
All over Victoria and New South Wales. So we've just done Wyong, sell-out show in Wyong. Audiences just cried and laughed and ate. We're going to next Bunjul, Narrawarren. Then we'll be going to Ballarat, Wagga Wagga, Wollongong and Chatswood.
Brilliant. It sounds like a wonderful show. Heather, thank you so much for coming in and sharing that with us and
thank
for
you.
bringing in your wonderful kimchi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.